What's up, Facebook world? There was something that happened not long ago, earlier this week, with the Democratic Party, and where they decided to be part of the building of the wall. All right, huh? And there was a discussion also about um, the building of this wall, the building of the wall that they would support along with Republicans. And I was talking to some of the professors and other people about the voting system and how you can't win in capitalism. And the Democratic Party is all a part of that, which I said a while ago. Obama told everyone, to lend your hand to Trump, basically, to work with him. After Trump said all of the shit that he said, grabbing women by the pussy, he would get out in the middle of Times Square and shoot someone in the head, and no one would even care, you know. And this is all of the things that Donald Trump has said, you know, and a ton of other things. We know that he's a racist, xenophobic fool. Um, we recognize that. We also recognize, that he's narcissistic. When you have someone like that, you know, when you have someone like that in power, let me step back for a second and also say that he did, and you can look this up, he did run on the same platform as Hitler did. This is fascism. And again, when you have someone like that, that's before you, that's representing, this country, and some Democrats said that they're not with it, and some said that they are, you know. Now, the thing with capitalism is this. Capitalism, is narcissistic as hell. You cannot argue with that capitalism. You know, when capitalism is doing its thing, hey, auntie, when capitalism is doing its thing, it's like, it sort of reminds me of, a serial killer. The thing with serial killers, all serial killers, the majority of them, are narcissistic. You know, they believe that they can't get caught, and they believe that what they're doing is correct. Hey, my brother D, um, they believe in this. This is what capitalism is. You know, and a serial killer. When you get into the mind of a serial killer, the thing with a serial killer is, especially someone like a Ted Bundy or Richard Speck or whatever, who most of them is, but they said that this guy had no feelings whatsoever. Most of them don't have any feelings at all. Now, when you have someone like that don't have any feelings at all, they would do anything they want to do, or they feel that they could do anything that they want to do, or that they, that's in their power. Actually, they believe that they do have unlimited power. So does capitalism. When you look at capitalism, capitalism don't care about us, man. Capitalism don't care, Titus, my brother, and my brother. Capitalism don't care about none of us. Capitalism only care about one thing. See, Auntie Jackie. Capitalism only care about one thing, and that is money. That is the making of the people to do their bidding. That's all capitalism care about. All right, nephew. That's all capitalism care about. Capitalism doesn't care about nothing else. And you know, people is get lost in the voting process because they got that, because they've been sold that hope that things would get better. You know, even under Obama, things got, they gave a little simpling of hope, and that was it. They didn't give much hope about, a lot of the guys that was in prison and, some of the other things that was going on. Gaddafi was trying to create a United States of Africa, and you look at all of the positive things that Gaddafi did over there, and they still killed him, you know. But again, because Gaddafi threatened, that money, Gaddafi was a threat to their system, of capitalism, the way that they have it. Now, now when you look at all of that, and you say that, man, well, they done give you this glimmer of hope where you can actually get out there and vote, and perhaps that will make things better. You have to remember one thing: it's all dealing with capitalism. That's what it's on. It levels out to capitalism. It levels out to what they could get from you to enhance themselves. This is why I believe in and what Bobby Avakian is doing, and what the Revolutionary Card, what the Rev Club stands for under the leadership of BA and the Revolutionary Communist Party. Is dealing with things that's laid out scientifically. It's making you think, about basically everything, and this is what it does. You have to consider, you have to dig in deep, and research every fiber, you know, every fiber of that thing, because, somewhere it could be lost, certain parts of it can be lost or mistranslated. And in a small print, it would say, wipe your ass out, and you missed it. This is capitalism, man. You've been bamboozled, you've been hoodwinked, you've been led amok, as brother El Mahaj Malik El Shabazz would say, Malcolm X, and a lot of people is so defiant, to stand with the good old things that they were taught, that they refused to argue it. They would not read up on it. They would not research it for nothing. But they would go off of what some person done put inside the ear. Oh, this is what it is, and run with it. But you got to do the work yourself. You have to do the work yourself. You have to research it and dig into it, dig it up, and then replant it. This is the thing about capitalism. They would do whatever they want to do, man. They do it all the time. So I'm just saying, I just wanted to pull over and, just have this brief discussion because it was needed. And I just got into a discussion where I was at a discussion last night, and people were talking about voting and how it would happen, work, and this morning again I ran into a similar discussion. And my thing is, under this type of a system, under the system that exists right now today, it would not help us. It's not meant to help us. It is not meant to do anything for us at all. But use us, Now, under a different system, we would have a better chance. Right now you have, like I told them, you have different elements, that's targeting the black youth, the youth in the poor community, especially the young black and brown youth, with the school to prison pipeline, and you can see how that is structured in itself, how it works to prepare those young minds for prison and not for anything else. You look at the way that they're educated, and the way that they're taught in schools, different school system, how it applies. It doesn't work out. But when you look at it, it doesn't work. So the thing about capitalism is you have to be aware of it. You cannot deal with capitalism under the lever in which it is right now. You cannot change the structure of this system the way that it is right now. If you don't have a revolution, and that's the only way, that you could possibly have some type of advantage. Rewrite that Constitution which says that blacks is only 3/5 of a human, and the Declarations of Independence, which uses the slave system, which bring back the slave system through penitentiary work, and just rewrite and restructure this whole thing. Where we can all have some type of advantage. That's all I wanted to say. Just to take a look, just to say a little bit. But again, capitalism is what it is. It is like a serial killer with no feelings at all. And when you're voting out there, when you're out there voting, thinking that you're gonna get some type of advantage, you have to remember also one thing, that over 400 years now, we have still been getting shot down, lynched in many ways, shot down in the streets, even after they say that we have so-called rights, which shows you point blank that, we don't have any rights whatsoever, under this type of system. When you could get shot at your wedding 50 times, you could get shot in your doorway going inside your home 47 times, when you could get shot playing with a toy gun, Tamir Rice, 12 years old. And you could get shot for laying in your bed and the police coming into the wrong house, and then get away. All of these people got away scot-free, by the way. You could get shot laying in your bed and the police bust inside your home, the wrong home, and kill your daughter who is 7 years old, Ayanna Stanley Jones, and get away with it, and then blame the murder on the grandmother, who the grandmother have to live with this type of this type of a monster monster saying this foul stuff about her, which is all false, and then he walk away scot-free. Police who killed Justice Howe walking away scot-free. All of this stuff, is sickening. And you keep voting to get all of these people back in office, and they're doing the same thing, not doing really what they're supposed to do to get rid of these cops, these police, but yet work with them. Work with the same system, the system, which breed this type of monstrosity. This system that destroys everything from the bottom up. You killing Alton Sterling, who's trying to do one thing, and that is support his family. Philando Castile, who said, for the old people who say that they stay out of the way and they don't do anything, so the police should mess with them. All of these people was doing the same thing, nothing. A lot of these people was just working, and these people was just enjoying life. They was trying to stay out the way. Philando Castile, whose mother said he lived by the law, he loved the law, and the law took his life. I hear brothers talking about this all the time, about, man, all I have to do is work and stay out of the way. And one of the sisters said last night, was talking on a panel, at the viewing of the movie Stranger Fruit, which hopefully be out soon. It's talking about the murder of Michael Brown in Ferguson, and all of the lies which was told on that. And Darren Wilson, the cop who shot him, walked away scot free. He lied so many times. Even during the interview with Nightline, they showed his lies, and he still walked away scot free. Man, this is crazy, man. Now Titus, he know that growing up, there was a thing with apartheid where we had to show our IDs, and when we had to show our IDs every time we walked outside the street, and Titus would know that if you remember that I would not give the police my wallet, I would give them an ID, and that's it. They wanted to see an ID, and I was against that. I was combative against that all the time, you know, because this is racism. This is the capitalist system keeping, you know, the things that it does moving in the direction that it's moving in. And when you're dealing with someone that's as insane as that serial killer, man, you have to be aware. You know, otherwise it'll wipe you out. All right, peace.